Winston Kapoba is a proud farmer who lives with his wife and 7 children in the Kapirimposhi district of Zambia. He is one of over 20,000 contract farmers in Zambia who were selected and equipped with conservation agriculture knowledge and technologies so they can scale up the practice by training other farmers in their communities. Since he began farming, Winston has expanded his farm to 12 hectares from an initial single hectare in just 10 years.
So, ibanji utimwarangolo jino jindi. Mwalimu ibabereka mu town balabola ku mafamu. Example mbuliba kuwa mukwatoka mujani kubalikira ku town. Bandi amaninge mu mafamu kamba omuli mali.
Winston is one of the many farmers who have benefited from the Food and Agriculture Organization's programs and are focused on integrating its work in the continent through regional initiatives that respond to the priorities of member states. In Zambia, the organization has stepped up its efforts in promoting sustainable, innovative practices and principles of agricultural production and post-production processes. One of the main factors driving this initiative is integrated programming.
So one of the key elements of the programming and which the regional initiative is trying to do in working with Zambia is ensuring that all sectors in agriculture are working together. That's one way that we can achieve the sustainability that we talked about in all dimensions.
Farmers like Winston have been taught to look beyond crop production and find ways to integrate it with livestock and other sectors of agriculture. This has been done through the efforts of government extension officers like Benjamin Moyo.
I've been encouraging Mr. Kapoba to venture into various income generating venture, not only to concentrate on food crops production. For instance, I encouraged him to start keeping poultry so that the manure that is produced from poultry, he can use it for his gardens and his maize fields.
Through the European Union-funded Conservation Agriculture Scaling Up project, Winston was able to access various farming inputs. Using an electronic voucher system, he has redeemed seeds, fertilizer, herbicides, and other inputs from a project-selected agro-dealer named Jane Luhanga. Jane runs her shop together with her husband.
Our motto is the farmers are the reasons we exist. So we want to satisfy our farmers with the needs that they want at that time, at particular time.
Jane's business has grown as a result of increased traffic of farmers coming to redeem their inputs.
Our current programs in Zambia are focused on how we can sustainably intensify agricultural production by promoting best agricultural practices in the production of crops, livestock, and fisheries. Secondly, we are looking at how we can sustainably use the natural resources, particularly forestry, land, and water. And thirdly, our programs are focused on addressing the enabling environment, creating an enabling environment for sustainable agricultural production by addressing some of the cross-cutting issues that affect agriculture.
Further south, in the Chongwe district of Zambia, we find Charles Shawa, a recent high school graduate. After completing secondary school studies, where he excelled in agriculture as a subject, he decided to add an aquaculture component to his father's plot.
I'm looking at agriculture through diversification. So I'm trying to bond all these farming activities which are on the farm, where the water from the ponds can water the gardens. The waste material from the piggery, from the chicken run, can come in to the pond, forming plankton which the fish would feed on. And if that happens, I would reduce on the cost of buying more feeds for the fish. And at the end of the day, my fish will grow and my budget will drop.
This innovative young man was trained in the art of fish farming through a joint partnership between the FAO and the International Labour Organization, ILO, that sought to empower young people to look at agriculture as a business.
The water is dirty. I have to pump in clean water.
Winston and Charles are just two examples of the thousands of farmers in Africa who have the drive and energy to develop their communities through agriculture. Through the right interventions and an integrated approach to farming, their dreams are becoming a reality.
So I would like to say to the youths, if you have got a small land somewhere else, your parents' land, venture into that. We grow slowly. It's not at one day that you'd grow. And I believe we'll grow like that.